Today in the battle arena, we've got Tony Stark, Iron Man, the Godfather of the MCU, going up against the King of Atlantis, Aquaman. So who's coming out on top here? Let's find out. Tony Stark is a genius billionaire playboy philanthropist, the former head of Stark Industries. He made his fame and fortune from crafting weapons for the United States military after inheriting his father's business. He lived a playboy lifestyle until he was captured by the terrorist organization the Ten Rings. With his life on the line, he designed and built an armored suit to successfully escape. From then on, he became known as Iron Man. He became a founding member of the Avengers. In Avengers Endgame, Tony built his 85th and final Iron Man suit, the most advanced armor they'd ever created, which is an upgrade of the Mark 50 armor from Avengers Infinity War, considering that the previous one had been destroyed by Thanos during the battle on Titan. It's built with the same nanite technology as the Mark 50, granting incredible strength, durability, versatility, and efficiency. However, unlike the Mark 50, which was built with a more external muscle design, the Mark 85 combined the typical armored concept with the idea of external muscles. The suit also forms separate sections of hardware and plates of armor around the torso, gauntlets, boots, and mask, in order to increase durability and incorporate more weaponry, while granting superhuman strength to the arms and legs that came with the external muscles. The suit is strong enough to actually hold up in a struggle with Thanos for the Infinity Gauntlet, also the most durable suit Stark had ever created, seeing as how it stood up to Thanos' attacks a whole lot better than the Mark 50, and actually made functional until the very end. Then, like all the other armors that Stark has created, it becomes equipped with powerful pulsar blast and is capable of firing the energy blast directly from its central arc reactor. Then, being nanite technology, the Mark 85 can presumably create every weapon the Mark 50 managed to create, and possibly even more. He was able to create energy blades to battle against Thanos, repulsor cannons to launch back Cold Obsidian, needing a lightning refocuser that took Thor's lightning, redirected, and amplified it. So, as we got one corner, genius, billionaire, playboy philanthropist, Tony Stark, Iron Man. But entering the ring in the other corner, well, it's the King of Atlantis and defender of the Seven Seas, Aquaman. Arthur Curry was born to Atlanta, the Queen of Atlantis, and Thomas Curry, a human lighthouse keeper, making him the first ever Atlantean human half-breed. Arthur spent much of his life fighting pirates, gaining a reputation as the superior people called the Aquaman, which would lead to him joining the Justice League. But when Atlantis declared war on the surface world, Arthur went down to fight the king and claim his birthright as the King of Atlantis from his brother. Aquaman has incredible superhuman abilities that surpassed most other Atlanteans, as well as making him one of the most powerful members of the League, being only surpassed by Superman and Wonder Woman. He's battled against Steppenwolf and knocked the new god off his feet. He's overpowered his brother Ocean Master and broke Orm's trident, and most impressively, managed to lift a submerged sub up to the surface. He's also incredibly durable, being unhurt by guns or swords, got right back up after being launched back by a point-blank grenade explosion, and he's taken Black Manta's eye beams dead on. On top of that, Aquaman has taken hits from Steppenwolf and his axe, Ocean Master and his trident, which is sent flying by a punch from Superman. Arthur's also very fast while under the water, breaking the sound barrier on multiple occasions and dodging shots from Atlantean guns or Steppenwolf's axe. He's even fast outside the water, dodging a shot from a grenade launcher. As everyone knows, Aquaman is able to talk with fish. With the Trident of Atlantis, what massively amps his abilities, to the point he was able to control a massive swarm of undersea creatures as well as a trench. Speaking of the Trident of Atlantis, Aquaman is an exceptionally skilled fighter, even being able to perform the ultimate trident technique that very few are able to master. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now this is a fight that I've really been wanting to do for a while now. Tony Stark, Iron Man, the Godfather of the MCU, is going up against Arthur Curry, Aquaman, the King of Atlantis. So if these two ever came to blows, who'd come out on top? Well, dang, that's what we're going to find out. Also, we're going to be giving Iron Man a suit from Infinity War, for really no other reason than just it's my favorite suit. Alright, now let's get started. And first things first, we need to talk about strength and power. Well, in his new suit, Iron Man is a powerhouse rivaling the likes of Hulk and Thor in strength, has been able to casually slam a building-sized spaceship down on top of Thanos. Although it should be noted that some parts of Titan have weaker gravity than others. He's overpowered Star-Lord's electric restraint that was powerful enough to hold back one of Thanos' arms, and even completely stop an overhead blow from Cole Obsidian with just one hand. And Cole Obsidian directly compares to the new Hulkbuster armor. He's blocked hits from Thanos, staggered Thanos with attacks, and actually caused the Mad Titan to bleed. That's even better than how Hulk did in his fight, although there's definitely some more factors that play there than just strength. So flip the script, how strong is Aquaman? Well, he's able to easily shatter apart metal, send people absolutely flying back with attacks, and even just casually swim through large boulders. He's overpowered Black Manta and tossed him around, and overpowered Ocean Master and broke apart Orm's trident. Then back in Justice League, Aquaman is able to make Steppenwolf bleed his attacks from the trident and knock him off his feet on multiple occasions. But his most impressive feat has got to be when Arthur managed to get under a massive submarine, lift up that submerged sub all the way to the surface. Now, granted that was under the water, this fight will be on land, so it's not a complete apples to apples comparison, but all these feats definitely do paint a picture, make it clear that Aquaman can challenge Iron Man with his strength. But what about durability? Well, Iron Man has been launched thousands of feet away, and through a building by Cole Obsidian, he immediately started fighting again. He's withstood multiple blows and beatdowns from Thanos, including some Power Stone enhanced punches, as well as taking a direct blast from the Power Stone itself, an attack that had Thor yelling out in pain. He's even been hit with a massive meteor and was slammed into the ground, yet Tony was back up and actually joking about it just a few moments later. On the other hand, with Aquaman, well, he managed to take a punch from Superman and get back up and hop back into the fight, as well as taking hits from Steppenwolf and Ocean Master. So his blunt force durability is looking pretty good. What's got me worried is his durability when it comes to weapons and things like that. Aquaman was launched back after being hit dead on with a grenade launcher. He was sent flying back and was injured by Black Manta's eye beams. Was again injured after being hit with an energy harpoon by Manta, although he was able to power through it. That's really not a good look for Aquaman here in this fight though, because if you think Black Manta's got a lot of powerful weapons, well, who's got more weapons than Iron Man? And if Manta is able to injure him, well, Tony's going to injure him too. Simple as that. Lastly, speed. Now, neither one of them really relies on speed necessarily, but Iron Man has one of the dot attacks from Ebony Maw, from Cole Obsidian, and from Thanos himself, as well as fly around and weave through a meteor shower, while Aquaman has dodged a grenade launcher outside of the water. But all in all, Iron Man is definitely physically superior. Guess the question then is, who's the better fighter? Well, Aquaman has definitely had more formal training, and he's able to injure Iron Man and pierce through his armor with his trident. But I don't really know how much that'll necessarily help him here. Aquaman is really limited to just fighting hand to hand up here on the land. Look, I guess he could throw his trident. The point is, Iron Man isn't. Simple as that. If they do get into hand-to-hand fight, which, to be fair, Tony is prone to do from time to time, well, he could just employ the same trick he did at Captain America, and analyze his fight pattern to come up with a counter. And if he was able to work against Cap, who's definitely a better fighter than Arthur, Well, I see no reason why I can't work against Aquaman here too. But I want to circle back around to Iron Man's weapons. His armor is able to fire a pulsar blast. It's got its unibeams. He's able to create and fire out missiles, and create very powerful blasts capable of sending cold obsidian flying. Then if his nanite manipulation, Tony's able to control and refigure the nanobots that make up his armor and form pretty much every weapon that he wants. He's able to create energy blades, form a massive cannon in order to cancel the pulsar blast. He's able to repair and reform his armor that's damaged and broken through a fight. Aquaman has clearly struggled with high-tech weapons like this in the past, especially in fights on land. And Iron Man is just leagues better at this than Black Manta. So if he struggled with Manta, well then he's definitely going to struggle with Tony. I think it's about as simple as that. Aquaman can win a few if he's able to keep this fight contained completely in hand-to-hand and close combat. For the most part, Iron Man's physicality, versatility, and just his weapons are going to be way too much here. Iron Man wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and turn notification on the DanCo army. And I will see you next time.